Eden Kaz here with Just Be, and we are about to take a spiritual boom. We are at an unprecedented time in human history where we are transitioning from 3D to 5D within the great spiritual awakening. This video and audio podcast is the place for you to find your truth beyond politics, your sovereignty, your voice. Let's kick up your vibration now. By the way, each episode ends with the Just Be practice to do just that. And as we begin the show, just to know a little bit more about me, I'm a soul realignment specialist, meditation master, and dimensional healer. Learn more, and there's merch also at EdenJustBe.com. Let's get this party started. Hey everyone, Eden, Just Be, Spiritual Boom, in association with the Grassroots Warriors Network. And here I am by myself again, no guests, just me, because there are a couple things I wanted to talk about today, and it just felt really important. I'm going to get a pencil for myself. I really wanted to, now that I've been doing this podcast for a while, wanted to go through and define where it is today. So it still has the same basis as it always has, yet I've learned so much through this process, and I wanted to share it as well. And I also it felt like it was time to give an update on this divine relationship that I'm in. We hit the 4-month mark yesterday. So I want to talk about that in more detail as well. Yeah, let me give a quick nod to Huga. They're one of my affiliates, and I really love them, and someone ordered something from them recently, so it made me think of it. Through my affiliate link, you can get a 12% discount. And y'all know, anybody that I support, I highly believe in. Also, Twisted Sage is one of my affiliates, and I can't offer a discount on that, yet it supports me if you order through my link. But with Huga, red light therapy lights, I have all these products at home. I have a red light therapy light. I have they have EMF clothing as well. I have a lot of their grounding, a pillowcase, grounding mat that's in my studio. I really, really love their products. So if you are in the market for red light therapy, and that will make your skin, it does so many things, but skin specifically, you can really feel a difference with that. Twisted Sage offers products that transmute your smart meter, your cell phone, beautiful water, changing your water. I have so many products around my home, and the moment I put those products in, I just felt this beautiful release. And again, they're just to help us now that we're going to be able to transmute and heal all of this ourselves. Yet in the process, through this ascension, get some assistance. Now, I want to go through Just Be Spiritual Boom. I've said that so many times now, the podcast, my beliefs, and also being flexible within this, knowing that things can still change, knowing that nothing within this is hardened to the core. So I made a list of where I am and what I believe now. Okay, I'm still very much beholden that we are moving from 3D to 5D. I feel that many of us, including myself, have transversed that rocky 4D bridge. So for me, it was the divorce and COVID and, just leaving friendships, relationships behind. And now moving into this period of time where my evolution enhances and grows friggin' every day. My relationships are so solid. My belief in myself is so solid. So believing for myself that I'm more in the 5D, still a human being, still have some things, some challenges to work on, which of course, without challenges, who would you be? But they are much softer, much gentler at this point. So the veil has come down, and the veil also pertains into energies, and I'll go into that in a minute because I can always see through the veil with certain things anyway. All right, so we're moving into organic universe, limited consciousness, moving on to full consciousness, and all of this is about getting back to God, source, consciousness, creation. All right, I got to do a little sniff and wipe. That's glorious, isn't it? Maybe I'll edit that out. I don't know. But with that, I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. Let me say that. I'm so grateful. So in this period of time, we are also getting out of this enslavement consciousness. And now I know for sure that these same patterns that we've been trapped in terms of sleep, eating, and going through these let's call it these 24-hour repetitive in really enslavement cycles, all of that is going to be dissipating. And I already feel that with me in terms of eating, in terms of sleeping. So again, sleeping, having to eat these certain amount of food per day to get energy, like all that's going to be going to the wayside. And also aging is going to start to be changing. I'm experiencing that as well. So no longer trapped in this cyclical pattern of just, we do it and then we wake up and we do it again. And not to say that things are different, but this just drudgery is going to be ending. Now, within that, spiritually, moving from a 7 chakra system into 13. So, well, of dreams is one. Some of the chakras are going to be changing here. They're going to be more chakras out there, knowing that they are being developed, and many of us already have had those. That karma is falling away. Again, trapped in this system of, you did this, so you have to come back and fix it or whatever. All that's going to be stopping. Genetic patterns are going to be falling away. So this is the period of time to cleanse all of this stuff and get it out of your system, out of your light body, all of that. So we talk about anything locked in your cells because of parallel lives. Yeah, all of that gone. The Akashic records. This is really interesting. And I do believe this because of my experience. And I've had people on the show that will also affirm this, that the Akashic records are a part of the old system, which is really interesting, and that there has been so much inversion spiritually in terms of when you pass away. And I know this from my near-death experience as well, that seeing the light actually brings you back into the cyclical pattern. So that really isn't what you want to experience. I don't know if that's the best way to say it, but it's a part of this old system. So that's going to be going. And for many of us also taught, like through meditation, that sort of thing, when you become calm, you connect up to the heavens. And actually, that is a fallacy as well, because it is so important for us to connect to the earth as well as the heavens. Now, within this, we are in the midst of a human evolution. So not an ascended master outside of yourself, but this human body, this human form. It's not up there. It's not out there. It's inside. So mastering our relationships, our being, our bodies. So incredible. And as this is happening to us, the same thing is happening to beautiful, beautiful Mother Earth. Okay, I didn't write this one down, but I'll go ahead and throw this out there. My goal with the show also is very positive. Everything is uplifting. Even these changes in the chaos that we're going through, they are so important. So if anyone comes on the show with something dark or negative, I will speak up to that. Did I explain this earlier? My intention in clarifying all of these things is I've had people come on the show that in a sense disagree. And I always talk about people, for all the listeners and the watchers, to be very discerning with that, whatever guests I have on the show. Yet I realize now that if they say something that is contrary to what I believe, not having to disagree with them, but just to say my opinion is different and here's my opinion, because I also realize with the show, I'm in a leadership position, if you want to call it that. So the beliefs and the standards and the integrity and the truth that I hold, for me to speak up on that in every fashion, and I will do that from now on. And there have been very few instances where this has come up, but I really realize now more than ever that I need to speak what I consider to be the truth, and I'll talk about one of those instances specifically. Okay, so I also believe, and when I say believe, I also, from my own experience and things that I've seen and felt, this is the truth for me, not just because someone told me, because I have experienced it. So the galactic influence, indeed. All right, the bar scene from Star Wars. I mean, that is our friggin' reality. So grasp onto that, boys and girls. We are in a world that is so magical beyond our belief. Okay, so the truth of the cabal, Illuminati, the Greys, the reptilians, believing there are also that the reptilians are fairly negative, but also believing there are very positive ones as well, Pleiadians, Arcturians. That also goes into what we call mythological creatures. I believe that I've experienced a lot of them myself, but once the veil continues to drop for many people in terms of Bigfoot, in terms of fairies, in terms of the truth of Atlantis, Tartaria, and giants, again, we are about to see. So for me right now, a lot of that is within my mind's eye. It's going to be so neat when it physically starts to like appear. Okay, awesome. All right. So in truth, our world is friggin' amazing, beautiful. The sentience of plants. There is so much, so much. And that's what this ascension is about. Okay, this is one of the pieces that I've had people in the show that disagree with this a little bit, and I've had enlightened beings also that say really move away from politics. I've got to tell you guys, within my heart, and I do believe that Trump is good, and there's a part of me that if I didn't believe that, knowing he's so important and impactful in this world right now, I it would be really hard to live. And not that anyone creates my own feelings and who I am, yet in my heart of hearts, I have faith that he is working with the galactics. I have faith that he can't be bought. And that's why they've tried to assassinate him, brought him up for charges so many times, and nothing sticks. And when you watch videos of him outside of the mainstream media, they are so loving and they are so kind. And I am grateful that he is here and I support him. Again, not that he's a savior, not that he's going to save any of us, but I do feel in this human ascension, we're all a part of things. We're all a part of truth. We're all a part of standing up. And then when Harry, I meant to put the episode, it was just a couple episodes back, Harry, the soul coach, came on and he expressed about Oprah and Tom Hanks being very good. And what that did for me is I've also known that there are going to be some players that are gonna come out that we thought were quote unquote bad or black hats or whatever, and turned out to be really good. Same things for people that we thought were good. I think that really helped me to really let go and to understand that there are a lot of things in these rabbit holes that are also put there for us to believe a certain thing, which is not true as well. So, there you go. All right. So, agendas. We talk in the show a lot about 9/11, Project Bluebeam. Let's go to the Denver airport, Epstein's List, MK Ultra, the transgender agenda, which if I believe if you do not proclaim yourself as a man or woman here in the States, you have no constitutional rights. I believe that that is also confusion, like you don't know who you are, split from source. And again, as I say this, love is love. This is not about people can't love who they want. I am so for that. Yet I just want people to be whole in whatever their structure is, and to also know that there is, and I also believe that so much of this right now too is away from faith, away from, and that just creates loneliness, depression, victimization, and we're moving from all of those as well. Okay, so also chemtrails, dumbing us down, getting us away from the magnificence of who we are in terms of the pineal gland, in terms of food can I say that? Toxicity, fluoride in the water. There is so much. And man, if you're coming to the show for the first time, I was just looking through the guests that have been on here, there is a plethora of just amazing people that I get to meet and to talk to, and so much that you can look at and see if you wish. It's just good. It's so good. All right. Hopefully that clarified generally where I am today with the show, and knowing that if any guest comes out, oh, climate change. Again, I feel that that's a big agenda as well. Not to say that corporations are not doing really negative things to our planet, but in terms of, I feel that Mother Earth is so strong, that she watches out for us, that she protects us. I have so much faith in her. I don't believe that she would hurt us, that she would, and again, we are a part of her. We're all from the earth. We're all in this together. So if anyone comes in the show being contrary to any of these things, unless I change my mind about something, I will speak up or say something. So you can count on that. Okay, gosh, I feel like maybe I left something out, but we're going to continue and move on. All right, I'm going to talk vulnerably about this divine relationship again. All right, so I started talking about it in episode 169 when it just occurred. So we are 4 months in. So I gave myself some general notes of things to discuss, but I, again, just going to go off the cuff. And a part of me was like, gosh, girl, you're going to say some of these things? Yeah, I am. Okay, so I did talk about in episode 169 when I first approached this, that working with my mentor, she had basically said, to go into this, you're going to have some bravery. And if you're going to go into it looking only at the heart and letting go of old paradigms or old physical things that you were attracted to, and just feel that and trust that that will help guide you. I mean, it's worked. And there were probably 3 times that for me, I know there was one for him that was just like, well, I don't know about this, but it has just kept going. Now, if I held up pictures of this man back to back of when I first met him to now, he has lost at this point 30 pounds. I'm wondering if I held them up, if anyone would be able to, well, probably you could tell it's the same person, but dramatic difference. I had listed a 2-page of partner desires in terms of spiritually designing my life. And right off the bat, he hit some major ones. Yet now, pretty much every one of them is starting to be fulfilled. So they weren't there automatically, yet moving to this bravery and moving through this trust. Yeah. He had never been exposed to energy work before. Now, meditating with me, energy work. He went with me to see my mentor. I put a list of these things down. He's taking methylene blue. We are doing a salt room every week. This cracks me up. We are about to do a liver cleanse together, not literally together because it involves some private stuff, together with my friend Shannon. She's a detox specialist. She's in episode 85. Amazing. And she's in the sacred economy with me. So we're going to be doing separately again. Okay. And it's funny to talk about this because I started doing colon hydrotherapy per Shannon's recommendation. She's out in Arizona now. Turned me on to someone here in Ohio that I go every year and do 3 sessions where basically, water rushes up your intestine and comes out. So with this liver cleanse, going to be giving myself coffee enemas. I've never given myself an enema before, so my main squeeze is going to be doing that too. It just cracks me up. All right, so now I pull my hair back for a minute for those watching. The biggest piece of this that I want to open myself up to is the intimacy piece. Take a pause for a second. All right. I believe that there's so much that you can do on yourself, to work on yourself, to open yourself up. This relationship is pivotal for me because it is allowing me to open myself to someone else. And without him being there, I couldn't have experienced this. So it is really important. Not saying that, well, I think relationships are important because they really help you see yourself. And in terms of vulnerability, in terms of, yeah. So one of the things I expressed before was really taking connection, sexuality slowly. And in my last show, stating that we hadn't kissed yet, finally he would say we did, because I consider kissing also huge. And I told him from the get-go, I want to know your soul first before I know the rest of you. So finally started kissing, and it was like sixth grade kissing, like so sweet, so gentle. And that has opened up. Oh my gosh, I'm getting a little embarrassed. Opened up into more just this week. So 4 months later, and there have been some other things that have advanced a little bit. Yet still no intercourse. I do not see that happening still for a while, because that's, and I told him, once that is opened up, you have my heart completely. So there's no need to rush into any of this. Excuse me for a second. What is so neat about taking this slowly is you really get to know someone's heart. And because of that, too, exploring in ways that you wouldn't have if you just rush off to something else, like the simplicity of touching someone's hand. And when someone energetically jibes with you, because again, this is all about divine relationships. This is all about the Great Awakening. This is about, the Kundalini and the coming together of male and female. It is so friggin' big. And that is one of the reasons that I am taking this slowly, is I'm not just doing it for he and I'm doing it for all of you guys as well. Because I believe that the way I move forward in this affects so many other people. Again, I feel so womanly right now. So the divine feminine really opening up into that wholeness, into that experience, and allowing him to be this divine masculine, the physically strong. And I so appreciate that with him. And then this gentleness that is coming out of him. And he did confess to me last night. I get so many gifts. And I just assumed that was what he did. And he said, I've never done that to anyone before. I've gotten flowers, plants, toaster oven. If I wrote down everything, or if I started expressing everything that I've gotten, it is just unbelievable. Then he does things with food. And he stated, I typically do stuff with food anyway, but I've never done this before. And I don't want to spoil you. And I basically said, you cannot spoil me, because I have gratitude for all this. I don't expect any of these things. Yet these things warm and touch my heart. Like and my mentor stops me from saying unbelievable. She's like, well, is it truly unbelievable? Accept it. It's just wonderful. Okay. So with intimacy, really taking the time to find points that you may not have known can be so highly activated that when actual intercourse comes, it's almost like, okay, you're doing that without doing that. Each moment that I have with him, it's just mind blowing. And then another mind blowing thing with just simple stuff. That simple stuff can be orgasmic and just so good. And I think that we've forgotten that in our society, that when you really start to express feelings and start like, and again, I talk to him about everything all the time. He's become used to that, like talking about, hey, we're doing, if we're going to be touching here, what's that feel like for you? I mean, just going into the most intimate discussions about things that don't really seem intimate. I hope that makes sense. For those of you out there, because I had a couple people approach me after the first discussion of this that were so excited to know that there was a possibility, to know that if can happen to me, it can happen to you as well. And I've worked for this, I guess the best way to say it, knowing that I went for a long period of time creating the self-love within myself. So when I became connected to someone else, I knew who I was. And I also wasn't willing to let another person, which I have in the past, change me or alter my thoughts or do something that I didn't want to do. I do not do that now. And when you are with the person that lights your fire, which is energetically a match for you, you can't say anything wrong. It just opens you up to, like, I remember there were the first couple times I was like, oh gosh, here I go, getting ready to express myself. And it was received so well and with humor a lot of the times too. So that just helped give me more strength within myself, more. It's just been amazing. All right. So the one thing I didn't want to bring up, I think this will be the final piece. One of his concerns initially was with me wanting to take things very slow, was, also wondering if I was a sexual being at all. And that's very important in his life. And I must say, initially, there was a part of me that questioned that too, because my past had not been that truthful, I guess is the best way to say it, or energetic. And that there was a part of me that was like, okay, well, we'll see. So moving slowly was very beneficial as well, because I needed to discover that within myself again. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now so alive and so healthy and so well that this waiting, it's really challenging for me now to want to take it slow, yet knowing I can do that and knowing how important it is. And I've told him that I'm falling for him, that there is love there. Yet before that is consummated, I okay, so let's say like it's 85%. This is an interesting number. I desire it to be at 100, to know that I fully trust myself. And within that, that also means that I fully trust him, but it's all about me and where I am. And he's told me too, this is funny. I hope this is okay to say, that when I'm ready, he's already said, well, we're going to take 7 days from that. So I love that too. So it's not like I'm completely in control, that he has this funny part too, that he's in control of all of it too. And then him also seeing with me that I do like this touch. I am into it. I am. And I told him right now it's like a drug, but it's not really. It just feels so good. And so like I want to be with him all the time. I want my hand in his all the time. I've never wanted to hold hands everywhere or touch his shoulder I mean, it is just like this magnet that I just am so attracted to, like a moth to a flame, but it's not dangerous. It's just it's so good. So I thank God that he's come into my life. And I might have said this the last time, he also prayed for someone different. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you totally got it. For someone who, knew in a sense about the great awakening and the truth going on in the world. And, big for me, not being vaccinated, just because to stand up to that, those were key things initially that needed to be, yet opening up to the spirituality and to so much more, because, to be with me, you kind of have to embrace that. And he is, and that's allowing me to embrace more of myself. All right. If anybody has any questions about more, let me know. I'm curious if once the deed is done, if I will share that with you guys as well. I'm seeing that still being pretty far out from this time, or at least a couple months. I don't know. And it was funny. He would always ask me, "Well, when are we going to get to kiss?" And I would expect, I don't know. When I feel it, I'll just know. And knowing that the intimacy piece feels closer than it ever has, and that I have to back myself off from it now. I love that. I think it's great. Yet, women, I tell you, when you are with a man that has your heart, the beauty that you feel within yourself is astounding. Okay, now, what I want to leave us with is Patricia Cota Robles. She's author, co-founder, president of Arab Peace. And Patricia, I hope I said your name right. There were two meditations, invocations that she did, which I thought were really beautiful. And I chose today to do this one. Okay, hang on just a moment. That transmutes the poverty consciousness. So for some of you, this meditation, this invocation might be nice to come back to. I have that I do not consent meditation, which is so good, and I've referred many clients to it as well. So this, all right, I'm gonna read this for a moment, and then this meditation is pretty long, so heads up. All right, through the Great Awakening, as the obsolete patterns of greed, corruption, and the abuse of power are blatantly demonstrated by leaders around the world, humanity's focus on fear based concepts of lack and limitation are being exacerbated. Since poverty consciousness is the basis for this fear, today the company of heaven is going to join us in a powerful activity of light with divine intent of assisting the masses of awakening humanity to transmute poverty consciousness. Now, I do not have poverty consciousness, yet there still is this concern or blockage about full abundance. And I have so much trust right now, yet this is also going to help me bridge that gap. Okay, we're also going to use in this the violet flame, which is, I'll call it a spiritual tool. It's so much more than that if you're not familiar. It transmutes negative to positive energy. It's also a tool in purification and transformation. Very high frequency, used by ascended masters. So I think that's it. I'm just going to go into it. Also, we are going to really be connecting to the I am presence. What I consider that to be is I am human feeling, embodying this human form, and then also embodying source and God, that I am so much bigger than just this person in this body. I am everything. I am. Okay, y'all ready? Oh my gosh. It's so funny to watch me just talk it up. Okay, so to start, I'm going to read what she suggests. So thank you so much for Patricia for allowing me to share this with my listeners. Breathe in deeply, deeply, and as you exhale, let all of the tension of the day just drop away. Feel yourself becoming completely relaxed. Breathe in deeply again, and as you exhale, feel your I am presence take full dominion of your physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies. Your mind is activated. Any feelings of confusion, doubt, or fear are swept away. You are mentally alert and vibrantly aware. You realize that through your I am presence, you are being enveloped in a force field of invincible protection, which prevents anything that is not of the light from distracting you or interfering with this sacred moment. As you feel the deep inner glow of peace and well being, experience the buoyant joy of expectancy and enthusiasm now that you are the open door that no one can shut. I am my I am presence. My physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies are now being raised in vibration. My awareness is increasing, and I begin to perceive the small, still voice within. I am experiencing exquisite vibrations, and my entire being is flooded with light. My consciousness is opening to this influx of divine light and spiritual energy. From this new level of awareness, I now know as never before. Ugh. Beloved, I am presence. I am in you, and you are in me. I am that I am. I am a being of radiant light. I am one with the energy and vibration that is all encompassing presence of God. I am one with divine love that fills the universe with the glory of itself. I am one with every particle of life. I am one with the divine plan for planet Earth. I am one with the infinite flow of God's abundance and eternal peace. I am that I am. A reactivation and initiation into multi-dimensional awareness is occurring within me. I am lifted up closer in vibration to the very heart of God. Oh, my words are going to resonate this. The pre-encoded memories that were implanted deep within my cellular patterns eons ago are being activated. These patterns reveal my divine plan, my purpose and reason for being. I am experiencing a great soaring and awakening as I remember my divine heritage. I am stepping through the doorway into this multi-dimensional reality. Here, I am empowered with even more rarefied frequencies of divinity. Moment to moment, this radiant light is awakening within me previously untapped levels of wisdom and illumination. I easily grasp each divine thought and idea. As I do, avenues of opportunity unfold before me. I feel a sense of elation as each opportunity presents itself. I joyously seize the divine opportunities, and I feel a greater sense of self-worth and accomplishment than ever before. My life is pulsating with a sense of meaning and warmth. I've got 2 more pages. And I don't know about you, but I'm feeling really good right now. I am now lifted higher into the realms of perfection and now higher and higher. In this realm, I easily release and let go of attachments and behavior patterns that do not support my highest good. I release all patterns that reflect a consciousness less than prosperity. I recognize this is the moment of my new beginning. I now have the ability to create prosperity consciousness for myself, and I do so easily and joyously. I am experiencing my true integrity. I am trustworthy and honest. I am an expression of divine truth. I am worthy and deserving of prosperity, and I am able to transform every aspect of my life now. Change is manifesting through divine grace and love as each aspect of my life that needs changing surfaces before me. I easily love it freely and forgive myself for perceived transgression. I know I am a child of God and I deserve to be loved and forgiven. As the changes take place, I am experiencing a sense of inner calm, patience, and silence. I am in the divine flow of my true God reality. I am one with the infinite intelligence within me. I am always able to make correct choices. I love myself unconditionally. I'm grateful for this opportunity to change, which I accept with deep humility. The divine power to sustain these changes is continually flowing through me. And from this moment forth, I choose to create a life of prosperity and only that which supports my highest good. Okay, and I encourage you, this is me talking, to feel any resistance that might be within you and relax and open up. I am now lifted higher into the realms of perfection, and now higher and higher. I focus on the sacred essence of my holy breath. I realize that with every in-breath, I extend in consciousness through my eternal journey into infinity, to the source of never-ending perfection. With every out-breath, I magnetize the full momentum of that perfection and radiate its full blessing to all life evolving on earth. My in-breath is the open portal to the pure land of boundless splendor and infinite light, and my out-breath is the source of all divine blessings for humanity and the planet. I understand now that the divine gifts of being present to humanity from the legions of light and serving Mother Earth will be drawn into the world of form, into the holy breath. I consecrate and dedicate myself to be the open door for these sacred gifts of light. Beloved Father, Mother God, make me an instrument of your infinite abundance. I am the hands of God now manifest in the physical plane of earth. I am now ready through every level of my consciousness to release and transmute every frequency of vibration and every single electron of precious life energy I have ever released in any existence or dimension that is expressing a pattern less than God's infinite flow of abundance, prosperity, opulence, the supply of all good things, and financial freedom. I am enveloped in an incredible force field of protection and eternal peace. I am able to review my life as an objective observer. It is starting to rain right now. So, saying this is cleansing. I ask my I am presence to push to the surface of my conscious mind every experience I've ever had, both known and unknown, that is in any way preventing me from attaining prosperity. As these experiences begin to surface, I breathe into my heart flame an intensified frequency of the violet flame of cosmic forgiveness. I absorb the most powerful frequency of this violet flame that I am capable of withstanding at a cellular level. I breathe this sacred fire in through and around my physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies, and all of the energy that is surfacing and returning to me now to be loved free. Well, actually, there are 2 more pages, so feel this. This sacred violet flame from the very heart of God instantly transmutes the negative thoughts, words, actions, feelings, beliefs, and memories that are blocking my financial freedom. Every electron of energy is being transmuted back into its original perfection. My I am presence now expands this activity of light by reaching back through all time frames to magnetize into the violet flame of cosmic forgiveness. every electron of poverty consciousness stamped with my individual electronic light pattern. These records and memories surface effortlessly, and I'm able to let go without pain or fear. I feel the buoyant joy of freedom. I continue breathing in as I reach deeper into the violet flame of cosmic forgiveness. As I breathe out, I project this sacred fire forth to bless Mother Earth and all life evolving from her. As I continue this holy breath, I affirm with deep feeling and true inner knowing, I am a force of the violet flame of cosmic forgiveness, greater than anything less than God's infinite abundance and eternal peace. I now realize I am able to transmute through the power of the sacred fire the mass consciousness of poverty. All records and memories of humanity's abuse of the substance of money now flow into the violent flame of cosmic forgiveness. Under the direction of my I am presence and the I am presence of every child of God, and in unity with the entire company of heaven, every electron of poverty consciousness that has ever been released by any part of life in any existence or dimension, both known and unknown, is servicing to be transmuted by the violent flame of cosmic forgiveness. Transformation is taking place as each electron enters the violet flame and is instantly transmuted. Cause, core, effect, record, and memory back into the frequencies of God's infinite abundance. Feeling this. I am a force of the violet flame of cosmic forgiveness, greater than anything less than God's infinite abundance and eternal peace. I am a force of the violet flame of cosmic forgiveness, greater than anything less than God's infinite abundance and eternal peace. I am a force of the violet flame of cosmic forgiveness, greater than anything less than God's infinite abundance and eternal peace. I am free. I am free. I am free. I am eternally financially free. It is done. And so it is. I ask through the presence of God pulsating in my heart flame and the heart flames of all humanity that this activity of light be maintained, eternally self-sustained, increased with every breath we take daily and hourly, moment to moment. The maximum that cosmic law will allow until all life belonging to or serving the earth at this time is wholly ascended and free. And so it is. Beloved, I am that I am. So take your time if you need to pause this for a moment before I ask you to come back. Gracious. Thank you so much for being here, for doing this, for listening. We are at a moment in time and knowing, and to add to that, part of the show also believes that time is a paradox. But I'll go ahead and say it. We are at this period, let's put it that way, of beauty. And if you choose that, and I think that that invocation was beautiful. I'm going to be feeling that for the rest of the day, and apparently through eternity as well. Hey, thank you so much for listening. I'm going to stop talking now. Love you all. Love myself. Love everybody around. It just feels so good. All right. See you next time. Bye. Y'all, find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, True Social, as well as Rumble, BitChute, YouTube, plus a plethora of other audio directories like Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So like, subscribe, do it all. See ya.